Hey guys, and welcome back to Gotta Eat. My name is Isabella Jane, and this is my best buddy, my right-hand girl.
I am Rosie, and it's so good to have you all back here.
It really is. We love doing this for you.
We love watching you learn how to cook on the job.
Exactly. And you know what? I've always wanted to learn how to make a cottage pie. So the best things always come in bite size. So today we're gonna make a mini cottage pie.
That's really cute. But can you make a big one too?
Well, to make a big one, you just need to make more. So all you really need is
mince,
frozen veggies,
some cheddar cheese, potatoes,
butter,
an onion,
water, parsley, milk, chutney, paprika,
some spices,
mustard,
and of course olive oil and salt. Idiot.
Right, so guys, what we're gonna do, at the moment we have got our potatoes boiling or cooking. What you can do is pop them in a bowl with some water, chopped up, and smash them in the microwave. Sure, that was a mouthful.
Yep, you're gonna make them nice and soft so that it's easier to mash.
Exactly. But before we get there, Rosie, I'm gonna spare you the trauma of cutting up an onion, because you know what? All you ever do is make me
cry.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm gonna go?
Yes, you're going. So we're gonna cut up our onion. Funny story, I don't know if you know the game General Knowledge, but when you basically have letters of the alphabet and different like categories, and you have to think of things with you know, the name that starts with A or B or Q, or how to unearth to get the top layer of an onion off of the onion. So you have a whole bunch of different categories, and we as a family used to play this, and one of the letters of the alphabet is obviously U, and food was a category, and my dad couldn't think, well, none of us could think, but my dad couldn't think about anything that started with the letter U for a food. So he was cheeky and wrote onion. Just so you know, my dad does know how to spell onion. It's with an O. He just thought he was being funny. I hope you all knew how to spell onion before I told you. Now that we've chopped our onions, it's about the only thing that we're gonna have to chop, so don't worry about that. We're gonna get our hot plate or your oven, stove, whatever you're using. We're gonna switch it on, getting our temperature to about 100. We're gonna put some oil in our pan. Spread it around. Shouldn't have done that. We're gonna wait for this to get a nice heat so that we can start sautéing our onions, which basically means browning them. You see how I'm learning. I'm gonna first put my onions in, then we're gonna get Rosie back because I need two hands and I'm using a knife. Be careful with knives. I love how I washed my hands and now I'm gonna just use my hands again. Oh. There's an old Barbie movie. I don't know if you guys remember when Barbie had feature films. There's one called about the purple Pegasus princess Pegasus thing. It's always a princess and a Pegasus of some form. And there was a troll, like an ogre, who was not really a villain, just a little cameo role. And he was cooking in one of the scenes and he ate a whole onion. And all I remember is, Ollie likes onions.
Okay, so Della, you got the onion in there?
Yes, I got the onion in there. We're just gonna saute it.
That's a fancy word. She's so good.
Thank you. Totally made you say that. You wouldn't have said that by yourself.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna now add our mince. Okay.
Gross.
I know, but it's gonna taste good. Sorry, that's all good. I've just added some water so that you can hear me talk. I think this is my first hot cooking dish on the show. If you're panicking watching this, we're sharing an emotion right now. You and me. Right, so you wanna brown that mince. At this stage, you can add your puppet.
That's a terrible joke.
I know. Okay, so we've added some water. We're gonna let this brown for a little bit, and we're gonna start adding our other ingredients.
Oh, that's exciting. That's all I gotta say.
I know.
It's looking good.
So you want all the pink to disappear. Not your pink, just the mince's pink.
Okay.
Yeah, when my mother makes spaghetti bolognese, like flavoring the mince, I just really enjoy that whole process.
Yeah, it is fun.
It is, because basically the whole reason we cook is to taste along the way, you know?
Yeah. All right, so what's next?
All right, so now we can actually start adding things. This is still cooking, but we are going to be leaving this on for a while longer. The last thing you want is undercooked mince.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're putting chutney.
Mrs. Balls.
Mrs Balls Chutney. I've always found that really funny. Okay.
This is the longest you've had me on in an episode.
I know. Look how well we're doing.
It's debated all that, yeah.
I think we're doing well. Right now, mince. We're gonna add some allspice. Here is where you can really explore, do what you want, but we're using allspice. What spice? Barbecue spice, mixed spice. That's allspice.
So apparently there's a difference between allspice and mixed spice.
Yeah, we're using mixed spice. You know, it's one thing baking and putting something in the oven. It's a completely different thing like cooking.
Yeah, Bella. Everyone knows that.
So we're gonna keep adding water, and as you do, let the heat continue because the water will reduce and it'll just help, you know, cook the mince and really get an all-round wonderful flavor. We're gonna carry on adding our spices. I think at this point, once your mince is browned, we're going to add some vegetables. I think I remembered how to spell vegetables by saying vegetables, vegetables. Okay, we've got some frozen veggies here. A great thing about cottage pie is you can freeze it, so you can make a bulk amount and freeze it in portions, you know, whether it's family portions or work or even school portions. And that can last, I think, quite a while in the freezer, and then just gonna defrost and reheat. You know, if you're cooking for the month kind of thing. I also know that I was a very, very picky eater when I was a child, and cottage pie for me is one of the things that I'll eat. And you can sneak so many veggies in here that your kids won't even notice because it's just so yummy. Carry on using our water. The amount of water and the amount of everything will be in the description below. We do have the recipe there. Yes, I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. And now while that reduces, let's get started on our mashed potatoes. So we're gonna keep our mince on a low heat just to carry and let it thicken and the water to reduce. And if you want to just thicken it up a little bit, you can add really a tiny bit of corn flour and just keep watching, keep stirring, and that should be all good. So now guys, to our potatoes. We've taken a few potatoes, we've chopped them up, we put them in water, and now we've nuked them in the microwave. Now, let's get mashing. Ooh! Okay, so you want to start adding your butter or margarine. I prefer cooking with butter. Add your milk. You want to stir your mince. It looks like ramen noodles. Cool, we're gonna add a little bit of paprika just for some fun spice and everything nice. I know that's a tiny bit, but I'm apprehensive. I'd say I can stop using the masher and just mix it now because it is mashed. Yeah, that any reasonably thinking human would have told me that a long time ago. But here's me just mix mashing. Okay, so this is having a real vibe. Also, I'm going to be cheeky and add a little bit of cheese into our mash. Just to make it extra cheesy. And if it doesn't melt right away, remember we are putting this into the oven. So everything will melt into itself. Put a little bit of mustard. I'm not a fan of spicy food, so again, everything is to your taste. And at this point, your mince should have been cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes in total. And if it's browned, looking good, and tasting good, then I think we're good to go. We're now gonna plate it up. Put some mince into the bottom. Again, doing this exact process in a bigger pan, a bigger pot, is gonna do the same thing. It's just all proportions. Proportions? Wanna be generous. I think it's generally like what, half mince, half potato, but we're doing more mince. Let's get some potato on the top. Doing it in the small little ramekins are really cute for like a dinner party, or if your kid has friends over. It's a really good sized portion. And it looks cute. Smooth it out a little bit, add a little bit extra if you're feeling fancy schmancy. And now the finishing touch, we're gonna take some cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese, I suppose, but cheddar cheese is beautiful with a good melt. You're gonna put it on the top here. And because everything is about the presentation, I'm gonna take some paprika, put it on the top. Then remember, everything's already cooked, so all we're gonna do now is smash it in the oven, pop it in the oven. No one says smash it in the oven. We're gonna put it in the oven and we're gonna wait until everything becomes a little bit crispy and a little bit browned.
Whoa, this looks amazing.
Look at that, guys, a mini cottage pie. Really, it was in the oven, I think maybe 5, not even 10 minutes, just to get it all crispy and really hot, probably too hot to taste.
But you're gonna do it anyways, aren't you?
I want to do it anyways. Okay.
Looks really good. Thanks.
Cool, let's try it.
Looking forward to it.
Amazing.
Is it good?
It's really, really good. You can serve these, like we said, in little dishes. If you're having a party or in a big dish for a family, you can also freeze it.
And it's so easy to make. I mean, if you can make it.
So can you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, Rosie.
Bye.